All right, let's pick up where we left off here. We have, just as a recap, we're going to create an equation for RV, or residual volume, with the BTPS corrected factor. Okay. For the first column, we put in WB, or Wyatt Bear's information, and that is 3.9. Okay, for the vital capacity that he measured. Vital capacity corrected for BTPS. Okay, we were going over the fact that I want all classes to use a room temperature of 24 degrees Celsius, and that gives us a BTPS correction factor of 1.080. Okay, so what we're going to do in this equation, we have equal sign here, open parentheses, and then we're going to put that number in right here. So we've got 1.080. Now it's going to be the same for all classes, so you can follow my steps exactly for this particular cell. Okay. Now, what do we want to do? We want to multiply that by the vital capacity. Okay, so what we're going to do is put a star, and that is the star symbol right above the 8. Okay, so basically multiplication symbol. And then we're going to click on the cell that we want to multiply by. Okay, so we're going to click on 3.9, and it's going to tell us U2. U and 2. That's correct. Now that our equation is complete, we're going to close the parenthesis, and we'll just double check. We have the equal sign, we have the BTPS correction factor, and we have U2, which is this cell here. Okay, everything looks good, so I'm going to press enter, and voila, we have the BTPS. All right, we're not quite done yet though. What we want now is the RV BTPS. Okay, you'll see it on the top of your sheet that there are some constants provided. Okay, in order to find the RV BTPS, we're going to multiply the VC BTPS by, for males, 0.24, and for females, 0.28. Okay, so again, we're going to start with an equal sign. We're going to create an open parentheses that tells Excel that we're getting ready to do an equation here, and we're going to highlight the VC BTPS. Doesn't matter which comes first if we're doing multiplication. Okay, so I'm going to click on this, and that's V2. Okay, so that's confirmed, and then we're going to do the star indicating multiplication, and he is a male, so we're going to do times 0.24. 0.24. If it were a female, we would do times 0.28. Okay, let's close the parenthesis, and let's hit enter, and there we have it, the RV BTPS. Okay, so now we can take the RV BTPS and we can put it into our cell over here, and watch what happens to the body fat percentage. 1.01088. Enter. Boom. Body fat percentage 13.8. Okay, although if I were to estimate Wyatt's percent body fat, I would say it's closer to about 7 to 8. It could be because this is a generalized equation created for an average population, that the body composition is off a little bit. Okay, it'll be interesting to see this person's data compared to the skinfold results, both population specific and the generalized equations, and see what the difference is, which is one of the reasons we're doing this lab. So we have created a nice little equation for RV BTPS. Now for each individual, okay, we're going to go through and we're going to, like, Wyatt Bear is here. Let's assume that we're going down the row, and we have, let's see, for the next person, these are all males, okay, 3.6, and then the next person is 3.5, the next person is 4, the next person is 3.9, the next person is 3.5. Okay, we go all the way down, do every single male, and then what we can do in order to avoid putting the equation into every single cell is you simply highlight the cell where the equation is located, press Control-C to copy, and then drag down right here all the way to the end of your data, and then Control-V or paste, and that automatically incorporates that equation here, and that equation corresponds to this VC value, not the original VC value. We can also do that for RVBTPS, so we Control C if you have a PC, if you have a Mac, I'm not quite sure, but copy it somehow. And then go ahead and drag your cursor down, Control V and paste, and there we have our RVBTPS for all of our data. Okay, so that makes it nice and easy. And you just go in and enter each individual's RVBTPS on the left hand side, and that gives us our final values. Okay. So that should help you enter your data, and that will give you everything you need to create your tables and graphs, which we'll go through in a couple videos from now. Okay. You'll notice the next tab over is just H2O density. That is the density of water according to the temperature that it is, and we've already factored that in, so you don't have to worry about that. Okay. And that is it. The next video I'll be talking about a couple more equations, and then we'll go right into creating graphs. Thanks a lot and have a good day.